Thousands of flights across the country are set to be canceled starting tomorrow. So the FAA ordered an air traffic reduction of 10% at 40 of the busiest airports. It is a response to the shortage of air traffic controllers as the government shutdown reaches its 37th day. The CBS News confirms the list includes SFO and Oakland Airport. The FAA says the flight reductions will begin in waves, with 4% tomorrow increasing to 5% and 6% over the weekend before hitting 10% next week. And as airlines certainly scramble to comply with the order, our Brad Hamilton has been speaking with passengers in Oakland and getting some tips, which we all need, from a travel expert on how to avoid the worst of it. Tell us, Brad.
Juliet, it didn't take long here at the Oakland airport to find passengers worried about the shutdown and how it will impact their flights. And an expert we spoke with said the longer this thing goes, the longer it's going to make for everybody here. For Carol Bush, it was an anxiety-fueled morning.
It's really concerning. I was afraid they weren't going to be able to get on the plane today and everything.
As she waited impatiently at the Oakland airport to pick up her daughter and her grandkids, she couldn't help but think of everything that could go wrong with the government shutdown continuing to strain the airline industry. Do you worry about the people's safety on flights too?
Of course we do. And I was really worried that they, with the twins and all.
And her story was far from rare as we talked with passengers arriving and leaving the airport. Susan Brochin heard the FAA announce that airports, including Oakland, would see a reduction in air traffic by 10% starting tomorrow. So she moved her flight up to today.
I'll be home. It's terrible that this whole thing's happening.
Meanwhile, Holly Mills is in town for a quick vacation. She's taking a shot, not knowing the status of her flight home on Monday.
So it crossed my mind, like, should I really go? It's for fun. But I'm going to go and chance it and be at work on Tuesday.
Traffic control.
Eric Rosen is a travel expert with the Point Guys who says folks have a right to feel nervous. This kind of move doesn't happen often.
I think you would probably have to go back to the flight traffic controllers strikes of the 80s to see disruptions sort of like this.
With reductions in flights at 40 different airports, he also doesn't know a place in the country that won't feel the ripple effects.
First of all, your flight may be delayed severely or canceled altogether. That's likely to happen more to regional flights. I think you're also going to see longer lines at the TSA checkpoints, mainly because people won't know necessarily if their flight has been canceled or delayed. So we're going to start seeing a lot of bottlenecks there.
Right now, Eric says that if you have a flight booked that you don't absolutely need to go on, cancel it before good deals on flight changes run out. Major airlines, including United, American, Southwest, and Delta, are waiving change and cancellation fees. And he says try your best to avoid routes with connecting flights. For folks like Carol Bush and her family, the odds of this happening now couldn't be much worse.
The timing with my son-in-law's new job starting, God, how are we going to make this work if they don't get down here?
Thankfully, there were no issues on the flight home to Oakland today, and the Bush family was reunited with plenty of smiling faces. It was a rare moment of joy in a space full of stress and confusion. Okay, so shutdown-related staffing issues are not considered the airline's responsibility. So if you're looking for a refund on an upcoming flight, it needs to either be canceled or significantly delayed. And then also on top of that, you cannot rebook a corresponding move with that same airline. So there's a lot to weave through here, Juliet.
Wow, I'm taking notes. I have a flight Saturday to Portland, and I'm thinking about running a car to get back home if I need to.